Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hope in a fantastic day. My name is Rose here, and today's video is probably going to be relatively short. I'm not sure. I'm going to be doing all of this off the top of my head because I just read up on everything that I needed. Obviously, as you can tell from the title, I believe this is what I'm going to title it, but this is going to be a follow-up video on my recent, well, 2 recents ago, the entire theory about what the next season is going to be about. This does go along the line of the last video that I did upload, which was the same day as I'm recording this, which was the dragons have the heartbeat kind of video. And the reason why I'm saying that it's going to relate to that is because the dragons are a huge part of that other theory. But I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into this. I'm not gonna, say a bunch of crap about what's different about my channel and all that shit. I'm gonna get straight into it and just full send everything. I'm gonna be saying everything off the top of my head. So the dragons having a heartbeat in that other theory, about next season, said that it was during the medieval times. Now, when I read up on it, I'll get into that in a sec actually before I say anything. But in the theory, the person has, I think, the first or second thing on his or her list is the eggs were possibly fossilized and have been fossilized for a while. But since there is a heartbeat, we do know that is not true. And what I said in there was that if they were fossilized, then that would mean they existed all the way to medieval times where they ended up beginning to thaw out. So what I'm going to talk about with the dragons is I ended up looking it up. And sorry if you hear click, that's me going back, on the page of my internet. But it explains what a dragon is and everything like that. But obviously dragons weren't real, they were beliefs, but this is a game, so obviously it's going to stick with fiction. So what we have here is beliefs about dragons vary drastically by religion, but dragons in Western cultures since the High Middle Ages have often been depicted as winged, horned, everything, basically it describes the dragon. When I click on High Middle Ages, what we get is the first thing that it says is the High Middle Ages or High Medieval period was the period of European history that commenced around 1000 and lasted until 1250. So right there, we automatically get the instant fact where dragons were believed in, or I'm not sure how to really say that, but dragons folklore, I guess, were created at this time, and this time was the medieval period, or the high medieval period as it says. Now we're gonna go ahead and go straight into the golem thing. Now I looked up the golem and it doesn't say anything right off the start, but when I scroll down a little bit, it gives me the first let me see, where is it at, one sec. Okay, it's about the earliest stories, so it's where the stories of golem, or the folklore of golems, actually originated. And this isn't where it originates, but this folklore went on for a long time, and this is where we get to during the Middle Ages. Passages from the Sefer Yetzirah, or the Book of Creation, sorry if I butchered that, were studied as a means to create and animate a golem. Although there is little in the writings of Jewish mysticism that supports this belief. Sorry, I didn't study that or anything. I just read it. But it says Middle Ages. Now, it doesn't say anything about medieval times. I haven't clicked on it or anything yet. But that obviously is in the range of the same time as the dragons, because dragons, like I said, were in the High Middle Ages or High Medieval period, and this is just during the Middle Ages. So with that, this theory that I already forgot this person's name, but the theory that person had about the next season being medieval ages, with the dragon having a heartbeat and them being alive, together with the time that the belief originated, or at least was around for most of the time, and then the golem that we see in the middle of Fortnite that moves automatically. That's why we call it a golem, because it's a statue that moves on its own. And you compare it to the Middle Ages, or from the passages of the Sefer or whatever. All 4 of those things combined, all equal to the Middle Ages because of the time that they're in. So with all of that, I know it might be a lot to take in, But last video, I ended up mentioning, since there is a heartbeat, that means that theory might almost entirely been thrown out of the water, but except for the golem. But I just did the research on the dragon, and the beliefs were at the same time as the medieval ages, and it's mind blowing that obviously a theory isn't 100%. So that theory that person had, where the eggs were fossilized, that could have easily been a little bit wrong. But with this little bit of research, considering considering that they seem alive, then this shows that they are at around the same time period as the golem as well. So it doesn't matter whether they're eggs or not, or whether they're fossilized. Either way, they still exist during this time period, and more than likely, this is what we'll be getting during next season. It's huge. I really hope this video gets out a little bit more, because that last theory only got like excuse me, only got approximately 100 views. So if this video could get out a little bit and go along with that other theory, obviously that theory a lot of people know about. It's on Reddit and everything, but I didn't look up if anybody did it on YouTube or anything. But now with this follow-up that I have, and I researched the dragons and everything at the same time as the golems as well, and are all, you know, kind of they correspond with one another. It seems more than likely that that theory is 100% true, and that more than likely is what we're going to be seeing. Concerning everything is still thawing out, we do have a little while. We still have 51 days until the, you know, next season and everything, so we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, more than likely we're going to be going back to medieval ages. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this theory. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.